Hey everyone, wanted to make a demo video here of this script that I've just got going. This script is now on the Redzone server. That's my server, um, and I'll be in there later today. Probably will stream it on Twitch, trying to test this out. But this is single player, and I just wanted to make this to demo how this thing works. So this is an attempt to make the Kiowa actually be useful as a recon aircraft for Apaches or whatever gunship. You could, if you're in a Huey, you could use it. You could use it with a Black Shark. Whatever you're flying, you should be able to use this. You could even use it with a fixed wing, but it'd be kind of clumsy because the Kiowa's slow. But don't get off on a tangent here. Let me show you what it does. So the concept is, I wanted the Kiowa to be able to fly out ahead and search a radius around itself as it's going, and I wanted it to be able to follow a waypoint route that you set up. And so the way you use this, bring up the comm menu, go to other. There's something in there called Kiowa Scout. So you choose it, and you have recon orbits. Right now I've got it set up with a 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer, 30 kilometer recon orbit. The way that works is you would drop a mark on the map wherever you wanted it to search. You could choose recon orbit 10 kilometers and drop the basic mark, not the one with a label, just the very basic mark. And with this activated and you drop that mark, then that is exactly where the Kiowa will spawn. And it will search if you choose 10 kilometer search, it'll search a 10 kilometer radius around that mark, and it'll orbit it at 10 kilometers. So it's actually searching a pretty big radius out there. 20 kilometers would be huge, 30 kilometers would be monstrous. It'd take it, I don't know how long to search a 30 kilometer radius, but might take it close to an hour or something, I don't know. But the one that is really, I think, going to be more useful is the recon route. And so I'm going to demonstrate it. I'll click it, recon route. It tells you it's in route mode. You drop marks on the map to define the route up to 10. It'll spawn in at waypoint 1, and then it'll take off on the route. At the final waypoint, it'll orbit and scan for threats, and there's going to be an option in the menu to dismiss it, to tell it to, yeah, I think it says recall, and I'll show you that. So you basically would bring up the F10 map and you drop marks on it, and then you go back into the menu and you tell it to go on the route. So let's do that. So I'm sitting, this is a test mission. I'm at Nevada map. I'm sitting at Nellis. I'm not even spun up. I'm just sitting in a cold Apache. So I'm grabbing the basic mark, and I'll start it right here over the airfield. And there you see waypoint 1 logged. To set up consecutive marks, you have to click the label marker off and then back on, and then you click it out here. It puts a second one in. You can do up to 10 right now. And so there are some threats up here in this valley, and I'm not even sure exactly where they're at, so I'm just going to have it fly up here and find them. Put a third one in here, and put one in up here, and it should find those threats. And you see here that it tells you have 4 waypoints set up. Now you're going to have an option, because you put a route in. Go back to other, go to Kiowa Scout. Now you have the option to launch Sabre 1 on the route. And by the way, there are 5 of these available at one time in the mission. It'll be Sabre 1, Sabre 2, Sabre 3, 4, 5. So when I tell it, let me zoom in here so you can see it. When I tell it to launch, it's going to pop in right here at this waypoint. It's going to be at altitude, and it's going to head for waypoint 2. There it is. Let's take a look at it. and it tells you that airborne on mission. It gives you some location info, and it says we'll advise on contact. And that's where it will really get more useful, is when it actually contacts some enemy threats. It's searching a 10-kilometer radius right now, which is pretty damn big. 10 kilometers is 6.2 miles in every direction. So quite a big radius. It's making a big sweep here. I'm going to accelerate it. Second waypoint's right here. And we'll watch it hit that second waypoint. And where's that next one? It'll go to it. So this thing is, the idea behind it is that you're in a gunship, an Apache or whatever, and you know where you want to search. So it's looking for where did I put that second waypoint? Oh, it's up here. I should have put one in with more of a zig in it so you can see it zigzag, but it'll follow them. So you're spinning up your helicopter, your gunship, and you know where you want to search. So, before you even take off, set up a route for a Kiowa and send it. Let it go, and it'll get out ahead of you. It's slower than you are, so you'll be able to catch it. But if it finds an enemy contact up here, it will send you a message that it found it, and it's going to find one in a minute. There's a Reaper drone that's just buzzing through. This is just a test mission. I test stuff in. When it finds a contact, it'll send you a message that it's got a contact. It'll send you your heading and distance to the contact, not its heading, not the Kiowa's heading and distance to the contact. It'll send you your heading and distance, so you could set a course straight for the contact, for the enemy threat. So it hits that waypoint. Now it's going to the next one, and it's going to find the threat pretty quickly here. Let me get ready to slow it down because I want to show that part. There it is. All right. Let me put it back at regular speed. Saber 1 contact has found one vehicle. It's a BTR 60. Bearing and distance from your position. So you'll be seeing that. And then it's moving to standoff and ready to mark the target on request. So now this is, I'm calling it loiter mode, and it's slowed way down. It's dropped down in altitude, and it's just hanging. And I actually see the contacts out there because I've seen them testing this before. But so you can go back to the menu now. So you come into range. You're ready to launch some Hellfires on it or something. Go to other. Go to Kiowa Scout. Now you have the options to smoke it or lase it. I'm going to smoke it first. Then it'll say white phosphorus out, or smoke out, white phosphorus away. And there you can see it's starting to smoke up out there. The thing about the smoke is, in an effort to be a little bit more realistic, the smoke is not right on the target. It's within like a random radius around the target. It'll be some random 50 yards away from it or something. So when you see the smoke, you just need to look at the area that the smoke is in, and you'll find the target. If you want to lase it, and the laser and the smoke is both repeatable, so you can, if it quits smoking in a minute, you can tell it to smoke it again. Same with the laser. Kiowa Scout, let's tell it to lase. And then you have laser on. It tells you the code, more location and heading stuff. And lasing target, you're cleared hot, and laser is repeatable. So if you don't catch that window, if you're not ready with the laser Hellfires or whatever laser weapon you're using, then you could have it lase a second time, a third time. You have it lase all day if you want. So that's how it works. I think it could be useful. I think it might be fun. And when you're done with it, go back into the menu and you have the option to recall Saber 1. I'm recalling it, and you get a message. It copies the recall, Saber 1 braking station and departing the area, RTB, and I think in 30 seconds. So it'll fly away, and in like 30 seconds it'll just despawn. And then Saber 1 is available to someone else to use. There are 5 right now in the mission. You can have up to 5 of these flying at once. And anyway, that's harnessing the power of AI to build scripts. You saw it despawn there. So yeah, it's on Redzone server right now, and I'm sure it'll have bugs in it. I saw it do all kinds of crazy things while I was trying to get it to work right. It was flying too low, and it was flying into power lines. You know, when it was loitering, I had a tough time actually getting it to follow the routes, the waypoint routes. It was trying to, if there was an airfield nearby, it would just, hell, I'm going to land at the airfield. It'd land instead of continuing. But anyway, it got all that lined out, and I think it's going to be useful. I'll try to test it in multiplayer later today. I'll stream it on Twitch probably. So thanks for watching.